Okay, so in this video, we're going to start working on our two-step equations. You should have your handout. This is your problem 1. We call these a two-step because we solve them in two-step. Remember from our vocabulary, and this isn't something you want to write down, but from our vocabulary, we have coefficient, and the constants. Okay, so when we do a two-step equation, we're always going to hit the constant first, then the coefficient. So in all of our problems today, we're going to start with adding and subtracting. First, then multiply or divide, depending on what we need to do. So, number 1, we're going to get rid of that constant, just the same way we would with any kind of one-step equation. That's a positive 3. I'm going to draw my river. That's a positive 3. I'm going to get rid of it with a negative 3. So write that down under your paper. I'm going to put my addition line. Bring down your 2x. You don't have to bring down your 3's because they've canceled each other out. And then on my other side, I've got 9 minus 3, and that's a 6. Now I'm at a one step. 2 times x equals 6. Opposite of times is divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times x is x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So my answer is x is equal to 3. Now we're going to take, I've got this little blackboard over here for us to check our work. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to plug this answer 3 into my equation. Instead of saying 2 times x, I'm going to say 2 times 3 plus 3 equals 9. And I'm looking to see if this is true. If it comes out true, then yes, I have the right answer. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So it checks, right? I can check my work on all of these. All right, let's try problem 2. We have 3 times x plus 7 equals 22. So one more time, I'm going to draw my river. I'm going after the constant 7. 3 is my coefficient. I'm multiplying. 7 is my constant. I am adding. I'm going after the constant first every time. So minus 7 on both sides. That's a positive 7, so I'm going to do a negative. The negative 7 cancels out the positive 7. I'm going to bring down my 3x. Equals 22 minus 7 gives me a 15. 3 times x equals 15. So you have to divide by 3. They're multiplying right here, so you're going to do the opposite dividing. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times x is x. Equals 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I'm going to say that my answer is 5. Are you showing me all your work on here, guys? I'm going to do 8 problems with you, and I'm going to leave you with the last 4. So I hope you're working with me. So I'm going to check my work. Instead of saying 3 times x plus 7, I'm going to say 3 times 5 plus 7. And when I get done with 3 times 5 plus 7, I want to make sure that it is equal to 22. If it is, then I've got the right answer. 3 times 5 gives me 15, plus 7 gives me 22. So my answer checks. I have the right answer. I hope on your paper now you have problems 1 and 2 done. If you don't, pause the video and go back and get your problems 1 and 2. We're going to do problem 3. We have 5x, 5 times x minus 8 equals 7. So if they're multiplying by 5 and they're subtracting the 8, my two opposites are going to be add the 8. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other. So now I have 5 times x cancels, and 7 plus 8 gives me 15. So 5 times x is equal to 15. They're multiplying. I'm going to divide. Cancel. X is equal to 15 divided by 5 gives me a 3. All right, checking my work. Instead of 5 times x minus 8, I'm going to say 5 times 3 minus 8. 5 times 3 gives me 15 minus the 8. 15 minus 8 gives me 7, and that checks. That's the right answer that I need. Okay. All right, going to go on to problem 4. 4x minus 6 equals 6. I want you to pause the video here for a second and try to do the problem on your own. Just give me a pause and work the problem out. Okay, let's see what you got. 4 times x minus 6 equals 6. So I have to come and do the opposite of minus 6. 6 is my constant. 4 is my coefficient. So I'm going to add 6. Adding because that's a negative. Opposite of whatever is there. Cancels. And then I have 4x is equal to 6 plus 6 gives me a 12. 4 times x equals 12. Divide by 4, and I get 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times x is x. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So I'm going to say that my answer is 3. I'm going to come over to my blackboard and I'm going to check my work. I'm going to say 4 times 3 minus 6. 4 times 3 gives me a 12. And 12 minus 6 gives me 6. Is that what I wanted? Yep. That checks out. Okay. Going to 5. Don't forget, this is a video. You can pause it. If you need to catch up, just stop. All right, number 5 is going to be a little bit different because this doesn't say 4 times x. This is x divided by 4. It's going to be the same thing, and that I'm still going to go after the constant, then the coefficient, but going after that coefficient is going to be a little bit different this time. So I got to do a minus 3, same as I would. That cancels. X divided by 4 is equal to 5 minus 3 gives me a 2. X divided by 4, opposite of that is to multiply by 4. So these cancel, And I get that x is equal to 2 times 4 gives me 8. Right? So checking my work. 8 divided by 4 plus 3. What do I get for 8 divided by 4? Well, that's 2. And 2 plus 3 gives me a 5. So that checks out because that's what I wanted. I wanted a 5, right? All right, we're on problem 6. Please pause the video some and try working some of these on your own. Give it a shot. Write it up. You can always go back and erase what you got and fix it. I'm going to draw that river. X divided by 3 plus 6 equals 10. The last thing we heard was plus 6, so the first thing we're going to do is minus 6. So that cancels. And I'm bringing down my x divided by 3. 10 minus 6 gives me a 4. X divided by 3 equals 4 times 3. 3 times x is 3x divided by 3 is 1 times x, which is just x, times 3. Whatever I do on one side, I got to do on the other. Canceled. X is equal to 12. Checking my work. I have 12 divided by 3 plus 6. Guys, I'm just plugging this in. So 12 divided by 3 gives me a 4, and 4 plus 6 gives me a 10, and that checks. Couple more with me. Pause that video and do your problem 7. Okay. X divided by 2 minus 8 equals 3. So I got to add 8 to both sides. That's canceled. And I'm bringing down my x divided by 2. And 3 plus 8 gives me 11 times 2 on both sides. That's canceled. X is equal to 22. All right, let's check out the work on here. I have 22 divided by 2 minus 8. 22 divided by 2 is 11. Minus 8 is a 3. So that checks. All right, one more of these with me, and you're going to have to do those last 4 on your own. X divided by 3 minus 2 equals 5. Draw that river. Add the 2. Canceled. X divided by 3 equals 5 plus 2 gives me a 7. Divided by 3, you're going to solve by multiplying by 3. Cancels. X equals 21. Okay? Checking. 21 divided by 3 minus 2. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Minus 2 gives me a 5. That checks. All right. You've got problem 9. 5 times x plus 3 equals 18. Draw your river, subtract that 3, divide by the 5, and get your answer. Pause the video and do number 9. When you're done, start the video back. Okay, I hope you got the right answer. I hope you checked your work. Number 10, I'm sorry. 4 times x minus 5 equals 11. Draw your river. Add that 5. Divide by that 4. And get your answer. Pause your video and get number 10 done. And then we'll start back on 11. Okay, 11. X divided by 8 minus 2 equals 3. Draw your river. Add 2. Multiply by 8. And get your answer. All right, last one. X divided by 5 plus 4 equals 6. Draw your river. Subtract your 4 from both sides. Multiply the 5 on both sides. And get your answer. And by the way, on your paper, I know this says 13, but it is just problem 12, not 13. Okay? All right, so you should be done with all your problems by now. Go back and use the video to fix anything you're missing. And turn your paper in. All right, guys, hope you're having a good day.